Guys, I want to know what happened to Super Mario Bros. 4 through 34. I'm really confused as to why they skipped all of those games and went straight to Super Mario Bros. 35. And for some reason, it's an NES game and not a Super Nintendo game. That makes it even more confusing. It's like a downgrade. It's like one of those like downgraded like NES bootlegs. Oh yeah, D-makes. It's one of those. It's like Super Mario Bros. 35 should be on like the Nintendo Switch U. When's that gonna come out? That console should come out next year. It's about time. And then the Nintendo Switch U is only gonna sell like 5 million copies. Or 5 million units. It's gonna be the worst selling Nintendo console in history. And then they're gonna come out with this new console called the Nintendo Sandwich. And it can bake your bread for you. And it can also play a new game called Super Mario Toast. And it'll be like a spin-off of the Hotel Mario series. What the hell am I talking about? I don't know. So, I did try out the special battle last night, but I didn't do so well at it, and I didn't really make any like progress in terms of leveling. So I might be a little rusty at this game, because I haven't played it like at all yesterday. I know, very surprising. But it is pretty complicated. I think I did get second last night, so it's not all bad. I want to make sure I have Twitch open on my phone. Can't forget that. Okay. We got 2-1. It's gonna be weird not starting out with a fire flower. Because usually I start out with one. At least we start with 100 seconds, that's good. I can see this is either going very well or very wrong. But I am pretty passionate about this game, although I think I am slowly losing a bit of interest in it, which, well, about time, man. I was waiting for my addiction to settle down. So I didn't play it that much yesterday. I actually didn't play Animal Crossing yet today, now that I think about it. So maybe I can play that after. I don't know, just chill and stuff. I'm really thinking of playing Persona 2 soon, but once again, the Persona 5 Royal videos aren't all up yet. And I have some also really shitty news, too. So as I was cleaning out my, like, old recordings for Persona, or not, well, it's not Persona, my old recordings for, like, past streams I did, because I always save my streams. As I was deleting my old recordings, I accidentally deleted the finale of Persona 5 Royal, which is really bad. Which means that now I'm gonna have to like re-record that video after like 5 months of not playing Persona 5, and it's gonna be really weird. Because you're gonna see like a very like huge increase, or like a random increase in quality. Because it's a no-brainer that my Persona 5 videos are like really low quality compared to my current uploads. And that's fine. Although, I can see why people wouldn't like that, because it's like, you're going from 1080p 30 frames a second to 720p 30 frames a second. And you're also, like, What else? Oh yeah, like the bit rate is really shitty. I was going back to watch like some of my like latest Persona 5 Royal uploads, and like the bit rate is so bad. It's really bad. So I don't know if you're able to put up with that, props. I can see why people dislike the video sometimes. Or I don't know, people are just assholes anyways. I don't know. It's like that meme or whatever, where people who dislike videos by accident misread it as "dis I like," which is funny. It's a funny thought, but apparently the YouTube algorithm doesn't like it, so they screw you anyways. As I've also said before, I would like to actually give a full playthrough of SMB1 now a try, since I'm much more well versed in this game. It does give me hope for trying to actually beat it. Because I did suck really bad at 2-3. Somehow I didn't get hit by that hammer, bro. I feel like I'm gonna be repeating myself a lot on these streams. But it is just because of how excited I am for certain series. And I got hit by Bowser again. Or I can do that. Oh wait, I can't hit the star now. Oh no, the game is gonna screw me over. Remember that time I got like 5 POW blocks in a row? That was fun. Legit. I know a lot of the content on my channel recently has been like Super Mario related content. I mean, I don't know if people like that or not, because I do love Mario a lot. It was one of the first series I ever played. Besides Pac-Man World 2, the first game I ever played. Which is still a fun game to play, even in today. Even though, like, the Pac-Man series is kind of... Well, at least the Pac-Man World subgenre has been pretty meh. And I don't really like the new adventures, either. I find that to be a rather... I mean, to be fair, I've never played it, but I also don't think it looks like my cup of tea. It also has, like, a really, like, childish, like, animated cartoon or whatever, or 3D CG cartoon. Because there's a lot of, like, cursed children's TV shows these days. It's, like, animated, like, CG shit. Also, there's a vine here, and I really wish I could get it. Nope. I got 5th, though, so I'm fine with that. So yeah, you can get way more coins in 3-1 if you get the vine, but I also suck at getting it, as you can see by every time I play this level I've skipped it and not gone for it. Because I forget about it rather easily. Maybe because it's forgettable, I don't know. At least 2-1s is not forgettable. Oh right, I don't start with a power-up. You do start with 31 coins, or 35 coins, but I don't know how much that'll help you. That also happens. It's hard to get that 1-up when we don't have a fire flower. I almost died to the Goomba, too. Maybe let's get 60 coins here. And And this is also good for, like, killing the Koopa Troopas and stuff, and getting these extra coins. You never know when an extra 7 coins are gonna come in handy. I mean, if you play this level 3 times and you go for those coins each time, it's an extra spin. So it does seem like a good deal to me. Like my Twitch bio says, my favorite game of all time is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which is why I'm so, like, personal about Origami King's, like, direction. I know it's not fair because I did not finish the game, and I am willing to give it a third chance. Yes, third chance. Or is it second chance? I don't know. But I am willing to give it another chance because I do want to see it through, and maybe I am missing, like, some gold in there. I could be very wrong about how I feel about the game. Which is why I'm asking my sister to help me suffer through the game, so I can hopefully end up liking it in the end. Because, well, obviously, it's Paper Mario, it has good music no matter what, which is a plus. It can hopefully... Like, a bad game with good music is a common trend anyways, so that will definitely help out. And I know I hear the battle music is a jam, like, for every, like, place you go to. Okay, here's how you get this. I would go for those Hammer Bros, but they're kind of out of the way. I want to go for this Coin Heaven instead. It's a unique one because it has these clouds in it. Even though I know the ground is already clouds, but it has extra clouds. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 came early. Well, I got stuck there. Okay, well, not terrible. Oh yeah, see, you get these coins anyways, so there's no point not to go for the Coin Heaven. Also, I almost got killed by that Goomba again. I screwed up. I see people are in 4-1 already. You know, I remember playing Super Mario Bros. Crossover and playing, like, a hard mode of SMB1, and there were, like, Lakitus in every stage. I was trying to beat the game as, like, Mega Man or something, and I just couldn't beat it. No matter how hard I tried. And there goes my 1-up. Like, the Lakitu in, like, 8-1 was, like, impossible to get past for some reason. It doesn't help that 8-1 is a rather hard level. I also tried to do the Lost levels. The Lost levels is also really hard. As Mega Man, it might not be as hard. But, you know, I'd love to give that game a try again someday. It's really old at this point, but it's, like, still fun to play for some reason. But that's fine. Games like that don't age, am I right? Well, rip that. Getting a power block here is a nice option, because you can't normally get to the Lakitus. Yeah, like here. There we go. Time isn't going down super fast yet. You can pretty much, like, farm time here. Okay, that works, I guess. No, not really. Okay, I got the star, I'm fine. Oh god, I slipped. Well, I had, like, so little coins, too. Crazy. You know, there was a time where I actually started on 1-2, and I was really shocked because normally it's been 1-1 every single time, but someone actually like got 1-2 to be chosen, and I was like, how did that happen? It's the only stage that can be picked is the first stage is 1-1, what the hell? So that was a wild experience that happened. It's like the impossible just happened. Got a lot of peeps dying. Oh no. So remember back in like the early like 2000s, like remember like back in like 2017 or whatever, when everybody was getting sponsored by Amino? And then I remember in 2018 I actually tried out Amino and I ended up really liking it, but then like in 2019 the app got really shitty. And then nobody talks about it anymore. It doesn't help that I got banned on Amino as well. So that just like made me dislike or maybe lose interest in the app even more. It's funny though, because I met like all of my friends there, and now we all hate the app and just left and migrated to Discord. I feel like I was gonna say something else about it, but I don't remember now. But I know some of the earliest friends I made were back in late 2018, well, mid-2018, I guess. Earliest it could have been is like June 2018 or something. That's around when I met Leo and Plum, some of the first friends I ever had on Amino. And well, of course, things went really well after everybody migrated to Discord, because now we got the boys on Discord and in the Bros server, and that's why the Bros server exists. Because back in Amino, Leo had a server, or he had a group chat that basically works like the Bros server does. Although, I know, of course, back then I wasn't super interested in chatting in group chats, but eventually I grew to like it. Also, there are way too many Lakitus. This is like hell. Okay, oh, I want to send all these Lakitus elsewhere, dude. Okay, that's also weird. I didn't make that jump for some reason. Yeah, I kinda am losing interest in this game, honestly. The hype lasted for what, like 10 days? That's what happens when you play this game for too long. The sad thing is that Plum left the Bros server because he got into a fight with Leo and some stupid shit happened. But I am still hoping he comes back someday. Because, I don't know, the Bros server doesn't feel complete without him. Cool. I'd rather, like, suck bad and have fun conversations at this point. sometimes drama can be pretty silly. I always try and, like, I don't know why I've been, like, so into internet drama these days. It's just really silly. Because one person always says some silly thing, and then that person, like, I don't know, they get into a fight and whatnot. And it's like, oh no, I'm gonna keep fighting. What are you fighting for? It's like X, 4, 0. It's like, you're just like being a dumbass by creating, like, you're just making the fight worse. Right? It doesn't help that most of the drama, like, takes place on Twitter. Like, I remember some people saying, like, Twitter is just, like, a drama, like, war zone, basically. Which is why I don't even use Twitter now. Unless it's to look at, like, art or something, or get news from Nintendo, like I said in a previous stream. But otherwise, you're just looking for, like... You're just begging to, like, get flamed and cancelled on there if you even risk to state what you think. It's like the most political place on the internet. It's no wonder that fucking the presidents use, like, Twitter and shit. And it's like, it's really weird too, like, I don't know, it's like, oh, on trending, what do we got on trending? It's like some shit I never heard of and never care about. It's like, I prefer, like, gaming news only. It's, like, really rare when gaming news is trending. It's like, Steve in Minecraft got Twitter broken and trending. But, like, everything else, it's just like, oh, some genius did this thing, and now this thing happened. It's like, great, I don't care. It's like, you're sure you're controversial, no one cares. Also, I'm not gonna get that fucking Vine, am I? Because of that star that I have. Yeah, that's why I don't get it a lot. I'm still wondering if Lakido is actually the right pronunciation of Lakitu, because since I've become more of a weeb, I know how, like, Japanese pronounce character names. And Lakitu would technically be, like, a proper, like, Japanese pronunciation. But I've said, Lakitu my whole life, so it'd be really jarring to change the way I pronounce it. I think I heard it in, like, the Super Mario Brothers, like, Super Show or something, and that's why I've, like, had that pronunciation all my life. Which, it is a great show. I remember being introduced to the Super Mario Brothers 3 show, or I think it's called The Adventures of Super Mario Brothers 3. Then later on, I watched the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and god, that has so many episodes. It's like, they just got shorter and shorter with how many episodes were made. It's like the Super Show had like 40 episodes, Adventures had like 30 or something, or was it 26? And then Super Mario World only has like 13 episodes, and the episodes are only like 13 minutes long because fucking Captain N also took up like the other half. So you got like Captain N's like bootleg ass gamer characters, Cuntsman. And you also have, like, fucking Mario, Mama Luigi next to that. So, you don't get a whole lot of, like, Super Mario World bang. That's for sure. I mean, at least you get, like, Josh, everybody's favorite character, Josh, with fucking sunglasses and a biker gang outfit. Remember that episode? Because I just got reminded of it. I remember watching Mario World YouTube hoops back in the day alongside the good old-fashioned King Zelda YouTube poops and the Dr. Robotnik ones. Those were the days, man. I miss those days. Mama Luigi is still, of course, the most iconic episode. Probably another iconic episode would be the... I don't know what video I don't know which one it is, but it's the one where he's like, "It's a stone, Luigi." Which one is that? Because that'd be really funny to rewatch. And you just get to that scene and it's like, "It's a stone, Luigi." You didn't make it. It's a football! That was a really awkward Luigi voice. It's a football. I chiseled it. That's a really bad Hammer Bro place. Guys, I wonder if I get really good at Mario Bros. 1 if I'll actually be able to beat Lost Levels. I kinda doubt it, but that'd be really gamer poggers moment. Because people can beat Mario Lost Levels and speedruns no problem if you have enough practice. And that's what's nice. Although, the thing is, I'd rather probably play the All-Stars version because to actually be able to beat like All-Stars or whatever, or to be able to access like the letter worlds, you'd have to fucking beat the game like, was it 8 times or something? Something like stupid like that, and there's no way that's gonna happen. You have to be a sadist to do that, or a Japanese player, which I'm neither of. Thankfully. I don't want to be a sadist. Wait, I'm using the wrong term. It's masochist, not sadist. I'm silly. Masochist, not sadist. That's the opposite. And the Hammer Bro got me again. I don't know how many Hammer Bros are in Lost Levels, but I kind of bet a lot of them are. Oh, there's a lot of them, probably. I should probably work on my timer. I was thinking to myself of how, like, forgettable Mario Odyssey soundtrack is. And then I listened to it, and it's actually, like, a lot better than I remember, because I haven't played Mario Odyssey in, like, 3 years almost now. So, going back and listening to that music, it brought back a few memories, I guess, but not that much. I'm not super nostalgic with that game. I mean, I liked playing it. I beat it in, like, 2 nights, but... well... besides collecting all the moons, I spent a lot of time collecting the moons. And then I eventually got to the darkest side of the moon and beat the whatever Champions Road equivalent you got there, or I guess Grandmaster Perfect Run. I also tried to do the frog glitch that lets you skip the entire level, and I actually managed to pull it off somehow, with a lot of, like, trial and error, and I was pretty impressed that I got it to work. I don't know if Nintendo actually patched that or anything, but I did it before it was patched. We're running really low on time, goodness me. I'm gonna run out of time before I even get to do anything. Okay, we are doing better on time, that's for sure. Oh. I get sad when that happens. These are like pro gamers I'm up against, like super pro gamers. I don't stand a chance. Oh. Well, I guess we're gonna see. We're gonna have to outlast them this time. Okay, well, here we go. Oh, I guess we're doing this then, instead. That doesn't help me. This is where the suckage begins. Oh shit, we're running really low on time. Holy crap. Come on, get the Koopa Troopa, dude. Getting super reckless here, because I just want to, like, outlast everybody. No. I have no idea how they manage to do it when time gets so fast like that. You just gotta, like, spam the shit out of the X button or something. Okay, he died. Yeah, these are star level guys. There was no way I stood a chance against them. Yeah, I'd appreciate getting to star level at some point, but I don't think it'll happen anytime soon now, if I'm losing interest in the game. I mean, it is a fun experience. It's only been 33 minutes. That's a rather unfortunate amount of time. Maybe I could go with one more. A 30-minute stream is not satisfying whatsoever. It gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. You're pretty good. It's a me, Super Mario on the PS4. The thought of Nintendo games actually being on, like, PlayStation is really funny. It's just so surreal that it's just so surreal though, because it wouldn't really happen. Man, I keep thinking about Mario Bros. X and how much fun I had with it back in the day before Mario Maker came out. Wow, that was so fucking long ago now, though. Like, Mario Maker came out in 2015, so I would have still been pretty young, so I would have to be even, like, younger than that to play Mario Bros. X. But I loved making levels in that program. I know originally I started out with Mario Builder. I don't even know how young I would have been, because I was into like super creative stuff back in the day. Still am, but of course I don't have a whole lot of time for making levels now. But I wish I had all of my old Mario Bros. X levels, because I made some really fucking cool shit in that program. Like, I made this one level that was themed around Goombas and a Goomba King, and like you had to go into their castle, and like the road to the castle was like really simple. But then once you got to the castle, they would like kick you out and skyrocket into the sky, and then you'd have to spend this like super long you'd have to spend like this really long time trying to figure out how to get back into the castle, and you'd have to like go underground into this like underground lava area, and it was like really cool. And then you'd finally get into this castle and have like this epic like walk down the dangerous hallway with all these Goombas and like bullet bill cannons and shit. And then you'd have this awesome like fight on the roof with the Goomba King, and you'd have fucking Megalovania playing. Legit. That's literally what I made play. Although specifically the Homestuck version, not the Undertale version or the Earthbound version. The Homestuck version. And so you'd have this fucking Goomba King, which I think he was like a reskin of like Ludwig or something. I don't even remember. Because you can like make custom sprites for the game and like reskin like other enemies and bosses and stuff like that. It's really cool. So if like any of you guys are interested in like making, if any of you guys like don't like Mario Maker that much and just want to make like super like complex Mario levels, you can try out Super Mario Bros. X. I prefer, I don't know, like, there's something really special about the 1.1 version of the game, because that's like the one I grew up on. Though eventually I learned that there's like a 1.4 version, which is like fan-made or something. Or it's like, I don't know, it's like a different, like, I don't know, like different people made it or something. Because it has like even more shit in it, like bruisers and mini mushrooms and, like a lot of other things. I don't know, it didn't have like the same, like, even though it had everything that Mario X1 version, the normal version had, like, I don't know, it felt like it had less charm for some reason. Although I did make a really cool level in that version of the game that I also don't have, sadly. I really wish I had those, because they were cool levels. So the level that I made in the 1.4 version was the space level. So you start out in, like, this space station with, like, sad music, and then you go outside of the space station, and then you're out in space, and you, like, the ground is, like, I don't even know what tiles I used to make the ground, but I went into, like, paint.net or something, I think I used at the time, to make this, like, the ground was literally just, like, white specks, because I wanted to try and simulate stars and stuff. And so you go out and, like, you're on this, like, starry road, and you have fucking Corneria from Star Fox Zero blasting your ears, and it was fucking awesome. And you'd keep going through that level, and then eventually you have Far Out from Pac-Man World playing after that, which is also a really cool, like, relaxing version of the level. And then, eventually... Well, actually, it has both versions of the song I'm thinking of. There's Far Out, and then there's Gimme Space. I think Far Out is the latter version that plays, and then eventually it's Far Out. Because Far Out is like the even more relaxed version of the song. I should play it on stream after. And then, once you get to... I don't know why, I guess, like, in this giant space level, you have this fucking, like, huge-ass tower that you have to go up. And it had Bowser in it, of course, because, I don't know, I was unoriginal. I made Bowser the boss of the level. And you'd climb up it, and it was like a one-screen... It was a one-screen thing that kept going up with X level wrap. Meanwhile, you have Grave Danger from Pac-Man World playing. I guess I just really wanted to have Pac-Man music playing in that area. And then you'd get to the top of the tower, and then you fight this red Bowser. I wish the game would stop giving me power blocks. You get to the top, and I think you fight, like, 2 forms of Bowser, because I don't know, I always had a fucking obsession with making my battles long as hell. So you'd kill Bowser with, like, I don't even know what you used to kill him, like, was it, like, firewalls or something, or Hammer Bro suit? But anyways, you'd kill Bowser, and then he'd be like, psych, I'm not done yet, and then he turns red. Well, I think he starts out green, and then, like, I went through this, like, very elaborate, like, recoloring process, because I didn't know how to do, like, global recoloring at the time, because I was really new to paint programs and stuff. So I manually recovered, like, every green part of his shell to red. I don't know, I remember that kind of fondly. But I recolored, like, his shell to red and, like, made him a completely, like, different boss. Or something like that. That you had to kill, and you have the fucking escape theme from DuckTales Remastered playing in the background. Which was also really cool. And then, eventually you'd kill him, and it wasn't the end of the stage yet. You have this fucking escape sequence that you're trying to escape from the fucking, like, space station. Meanwhile, you have, like, F-Zero music playing in the background while you're trying to, like, get out from this exploding, the exploding space station, and you'd have, like, a fucking time limit. Oh great, I died. And then I got second place somehow. And then eventually you basically it's like a Metroid escape sequence. It's like I had a fascination with escape sequences before I even played the Metroid series. And you get to the start of the space station, and then eventually, like, you escape. Like, with Mario and, like, a space shuttle or something. I don't even remember how the end of the level goes. I don't even know if I finished that level, but it was really cool. I put a lot of effort into it. And it's just one level, too, keep in mind. But, like, I always had in mind that people would only want to play one level anyways. So I always had a sense of finality to every single level I made. So all of my levels ended up being really epic. I'm also reminded of another level that I made. I don't know how old it was, but it's definitely older than the space station level. I don't know what I called it either, but it was really diverse, because it had, like, a lot of, like, set pieces to it. The only things I really remember about it is you were in, like, a grassy, like, mountainous area at some point in the level. Then you ended up somehow going to, like, a castle. And there was, like, this really cool, like, running sequence where you're, like, trying to chase this airship. And you can't catch up to the airship, so you're running on the ground trying to catch up to it. And then eventually you'd be like, oh no, Mario would be like, oh no, I can't catch up to the airship. So then you'd have to go, like, somewhere else to find another way to the castle. I don't know if this was part of my level, or I don't know if it was part of this specific level, but there was a part where you'd go underground, and then you'd end up out on top and getting to, like, the enemy's base. I don't even know who the boss of the level was. It's been so long. But then you'd go inside the castle, and you'd have, like, a standard, like, castle level at that point. And then you'd fight the boss, and once again, I had another, like, escape sequence in it. And so you had to, like, escape on an airship or something. So it was also really, like, climactic. Okay, now I'm remembering another level that I made as well. So this one I themed around the sky. So it was, like, a nice, cool, like, sky level, and it had, like, Mario Galaxy music playing in the background. And I actually ended up making the boss of this level Wart instead of, like, Bowser. So, because of course it's cloud themed and, like, Wart lives in the clouds, so it made a lot of sense to me. And I think there's even like an auto-scrolling section or a part where you're ridden on, like, a platform for a lot of the level. And then at some point in the level you got to, like, the Sky Fortress or whatever. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but it was really cool, and it was all cloudy based and stuff. Besides that, I don't remember a whole lot of, like, my big levels, but I do remember, like, one of my first experiences with Super Mario Bros. X, and that was where I think I was messing around in a desert-themed level, and I was trying to experiment with, like, on and off switches, because I was not very good at using them. Because I didn't know how to use Mario Bros. X yet. Mario Bros. X was, like, a big learning curve. It was almost like trying to learn how to code. It's not as easy as Mario Maker, but that's what I liked about it. It's like it took a lot of learning to get used to, and then you could eventually make some really, like, nice, elaborate levels with it. You can make it complex, like, stories out of it and whatnot. And I don't know, this was like an open, like, sandbox desert level, and you had to, like, flip up the switches and stuff and find, like, opening blocks and stuff. And what else? What is there to it? I know I also made, like, a forest-themed level trying to experiment with the whole, like, on and off switch thing as well. There's also, like, this reoccurring series that I do based on Mario Bros. X as well. Basically, it was this really cool thing where you had one-screen challenges, and you do a bunch of those in, like, succession. So, I don't know, like, World 1 is, like, a bunch of, like, wooden block levels. Like, I didn't want to stick to, like, the traditional shit. Like, I didn't want to have grass level, desert level, and shit. So what I did was, the first level is a block level. It's made of blocks, like wooden blocks. And then the second world is, like, a volcano area. So, like, having the volcano level is, like, the second level is a lot more unique than other Mario games. And then, I don't even know how to describe the third one. It's like a midnight waterfall level. It was really cool, though, because it was, like, all blue and stuff. And then, I don't even know what worlds came after that. I know at some point there was a forest level, like a midnight forest level, kind of like the inspiration was Somnon Woods from Mario Luigi Dream Team. I even had the music playing in that level from that game. There was an ice level, so I guess the theme's kind of got, like, a bit more lazy. But the ice level was pretty cool. It was like, I don't know, it's like kind of had like a purplish tint to it. So it was like a purple snow level. And then, I think there's a cloud level after that. So you go from, like, snow level to cloud world. And then after that you go to, like, this, like, hell, like, purple vine world or whatever. It's meant to be like the underworlds or something, or the underground, or whatever you want to call it. And then, what's the final world? I don't even remember. I can't even remember. Oh yeah! The final world is like this, like, rainbow, like, mechanical world. I guess it's like a rave party in a way. And it was meant to be, like, the hardest world in the game. Although I never got around to finishing it. I only finished, like, one level. But yeah, it's like a rainbow rave, like, mechanism world. And that was, like, the final world of the game. And so that was pretty cool. So, having a rainbow, like, cool-ass, I don't know, it's somewhat unique in terms of, like, Mario theming. So I was pretty proud of it. I don't even know what song, I think I had, like, Mega Man X8 music playing or something for that one. I tried to make the music diverse. Like, I had Snowman from Earthbound playing on the snow level. I think on some version, like, I made this, like, theming, like, a bunch of times. So for that version, there's like one version had Snowman from Earthbound, another version had Dark Necrobat's theme for Mega Man X5. I don't know why I felt like that was a really fitting song for the snow theme. I even had like Mega Man X boss music playing for that stuff too. So it was pretty cool. I know at some point I also made like hard versions of those levels because I wasn't satisfied enough with the challenge. I wanted to make it even harder because I don't know, I just really love hard mode in games. Unless it's like Dark Souls or something, which I've never played anyways. And once I say that, I get reminded of yet another level that I made in Super Mario Bros. X. And I don't know exactly how it starts. I think it starts with, like, a grass theme or something. Like, it starts outside, like, Mario's house or something. But the theming is, I wanted, like, something very mature and gruesome for a Mario level. Because, ooh, I was edgy and shit. And this was, like, before Mario Maker, so I would have been, like, less than 13 years old making this level. But I was making this, like, factory level. And that was the whole theming of the level, was this, like, big-ass factory. And it was all, like, mechanical, and there was, like, blood all over the floor and stuff. So naturally, like, the enemies were, like, themed very gruesomely, too. Like, you had a bunch of dry bones running around this factory. You also had a bunch of grinders from Mario World in it, too, so that was cool. And I actually tried to make the bosses really creative. So what happened was, I wanted the boss to also be, I wanted the bosses to be dry bones as well, but there are no dry bone bosses in the game, obviously. So what I did was, I took Mauser from Mario Bros. 2, and I turned him into a blue dry bones that throws bombs at you. So that was really, really hard to do, because trying to align like a dry bone sprite with Mauser's sprite is not easy. And I think you have to keep the hitboxes relatively the same too, or I think you can actually customize the hitboxes. Although I know I wasn't very good at doing that. I usually just tried to keep it, like, the same size, roughly. But that's fine. Oh wow, I just won out of nowhere. Well, okay. I wasn't expecting to win, I was just talking about my Mario Bros. X levels. Okay, well, I wasn't done talking about it, so hang on, let me continue. So, I think you'd fight this, like, Dry Bones Mauser thing, like, twice or whatever, or maybe 3 times. I don't remember how many times. You'd fight him a few times, and the factory theme was Panic Puppet Zone from Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn. Really specific pick, I know, but I found it really fitting for the factory stage setting. And then, eventually, so what's really cool is, Sonic the Dark Brotherhood, a really, like, obscure Sonic game, has remixes of Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn. So the boss music from Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn got remixed in Sonic the Dark Brotherhood as the boss theme of the game. So if you listen to Panic Puppet Zone and then listen to the boss theme of Sonic the Dark Brotherhood, you'll notice that it's the same song. Well, just that it sounds different because it's on the DS. So the boss theme against the Dark Mauser Dry Bones thing was actually the boss theme from Sonic the Dark Brotherhood. So it stayed, like, consistent with, like, the song theme, just in a different context. And then, what else I did was, eventually I don't even know what the fucking boss of the actual factory was, I don't know, maybe it was like Mother Brain or some shit, because Mario Bros. X has like a few assets from Super Metroid and Zelda 2 in there. So you could fucking fight Mother Brain and shit, and fight some Zelda 2 enemies, which was really awesome. I love that. I remember using Mother Brain as a boss a few times. Especially in this other level that I made. My god, I'm getting reminded of so many levels now. I'm gonna talk for hours about this shit. So anyways, you beat, like, Mother Brain or whatever in the factory or something. And then you'd escape as Mario. You'd be like, oh no, I gotta escape the factory. So then I had another escape sequence where you're trying to, like, escape on this, like, mountainous, like... You're escaping on, like, mountain platforms or something while you have the Bomb Run song from Conker's Bad Fur Day playing in the background. And you have a time limit of 2 minutes to escape the fucking, like, factory before it blows up. Well, you're not escaping the factory anymore, you're already out of the factory. Well, basically, if you don't escape the island in 2 minutes, the entire, like, floor collapses beneath you and you die and you have to do the whole factory all over again. Or I think you just start at the start of the escape sequence again. So then what happens is you escape like the explosion, but then the level's still not done yet. There's still another like extra escape sequence that isn't timed. And it's like more like grassy, like urban grass area land. But this time it's like more like it has like the Super Mario Bros. 2 like tile set. And it's like sunset almost, or it's almost nighttime. It's like barely like sunset anymore. But thankfully there's no time limit. But you have like epic Conker music playing in the background while you're trying to escape the fucking island. And then, meanwhile, while you're trying to escape, you have to fucking fight Boom Boom out of nowhere. Like, Boom Boom just shows up, you have to fight him to fully escape. And then once you finally beat Boom Boom, then another platform rises out of the ground, and then you can finally escape the island, and then Mario just goes back home. And then he forgets whatever happened on that fucking factory. Mario's just happy he blew up the factory and killed Mother Brain and shit. So that was a half an acid trip and more. And I never saved that level either. That level never got... I never got... I don't know what happened to it, anyways. But that's another story of a Mario Bros. X level I made. So now I got reminded of a new level that I also haven't... I also just remembered out of nowhere. So, the theming of this level was... I think it was like Halloween or something. It's really fitting for this. It's really fitting for Spooktober, trust me. So, this level was like, I don't know, it was like Twilight or something. And it had a bunch of like dry bones and zombie-like enemies in it, which is really cool. And basically, like, everything was meant to be spooky, which is cool. Oh yeah, and now I remember another thing about that level. Not only were there dry bones, but there were Shy Guys with no eyes. Really spooky. So it was just Shy Guys with like with a mouth and just no eyes. So I tried to make the Shy Guys like in theme with the like level setting because it was all like ghosts and stuff. So you start outside of like this giant mansion area, and you try to get in, and you also have to deal with like disappearing and reappearing blocks. So that was cool. I tried to experiment with that. It was really hard. It was really hard to set up. I was trying to emulate the disappearing blocks, which are from Mega Man, technically. That level was really inspired by the ABGN Adventures, because I even had ABGN Adventures music playing in the background, like... You have Castlevania playing for the outside section. Somehow I didn't die there. So you also deal with like disappearing and reappearing blocks, and you also have to kill like Mouser or something again. But this time it's like I think it is just Mouser. I don't even remember, honestly. But I do remember that if you kill him, a platform rises out of the ground, and then you can progress. Otherwise, you'd just be stuck there. You eventually get to the mansion or whatever, the haunted house, and then you have Boo Haunted House from ABGN Adventures playing. And I tried to make it like, implement like something really cool, because I actually like tried to implement backgrounds from New Super Mario Bros. Into that level, which was like a new task for me, because like, I don't know, I was kind of sick of using like the same old like Super Mario Bros., Super Mario World backgrounds for the levels. So I wanted to try New Super Mario Bros. Backgrounds, and it kind of worked. I mean, of course I had to like compress it a lot, because New Super Mario Bros. Backgrounds don't go well with like Super Mario Bros. And Mario Bros. 3 and Mario World backgrounds and stuff. So, you're fighting off, like, spoopy Shy Guys and stuff. I don't remember most of the haunted house area, I just remember it was really neat and stuff. And then eventually, you'd get outside the haunted mansion, and you'd find yourself on top of the mansion. And the level wasn't even done yet. That was only, like, the halfway point. So now you're playing, now you're fighting, like, a bunch of Shy Guys on, like, the roofs. And you have to, like, platform on top of them while you're also, like, on, like, very, like, narrow platforms and shit, while Laughin' Jokin' Numbnuts is playing in the background. And so, like, at that point, it's not even a Halloween, like, themed level anymore, you're just trying to go into fucking, like, space at that point. So, then you're, like, climbing this big, like, skyway, basically. Eventually trying to get into, like, the black void above the atmosphere. And so, of course, generous me, I put a checkpoint. I put a checkpoint before, like, each section. Because one cool thing I learned about Mario Bros. X levels is, technically, you're only allowed to have one checkpoint per stage, but I really wanted to have multiple, like, checkpoints. So there's a way you can actually work around this. And the way you do it is by giving the player stars. So the cool thing about Mario Bros. X is, stars are actually like a collectible you can have. Stars actually don't give you invincibility anymore, they work as a collectible instead, kind of like Mario 64 in a way. So basically you collect a star, and it goes to your like total. So you can have, like, stars in every... I think you can only have, like, 1 star per section or something. I don't even remember anymore. But, basically what happened is, you collect a star, and you can have a door. You can have doors in your levels. And you can make doors require a certain number of stars. And what you can do in a level is, you can put, like, 4 or 5 stars in your level, and let's say for every checkpoint you replace with a star, okay? And then what you do is, at the very start of the level, you have a door that leads to all of the checkpoints. So it also kind of like spoils the length of the level, I guess. But basically, let's say checkpoint 1, you have 1 star, so you can go to that first checkpoint. Checkpoint 2, you need 2 stars for. So when you get to that part of the level, it gives you a 2nd star. So that's how you would get to that's how you, like, basically work around the 1 checkpoint system of Mario Bros. X. So you're making, like, a giant-ass level. You can... Basically, you can, like... you can have, like, many checkpoints. I think my level had, like, 4 checkpoints in it, so it was a really long level, as you can tell. I think overall it would take, like, 15 minutes to beat that level or something. So, pretty cool. So, you get to the top, and I think you'd have, like, 3 or 4 stars by that point, so you'd be at your final checkpoint. And I put a checkpoint right before the boss of the level, so you'd have kind of a fair shot. But I made the boss super hard to make up for him being right before the checkpoint. So, basically... I don't even remember what the boss was. I think it was like a Lakitu or something, like a ghostly Lakitu. I tried to, like, it was kind of like inspired by Fishin' Boo from Super Mario World. So he was all like spoopy and shit, and I just won again, somehow. I leveled up too. So, I don't even remember if I actually finished that boss, because it was, like, so weird, and, like, it was very, like, I don't know, it's kind of, like, underwhelming in terms of a boss, because, for one, I didn't have any, like, cool, like, spooky backgrounds to use, so I just used a fucking black background as the battleground. So, you're fighting this Lakitu against, like, a, black background. So, it's not very, like, scary or anything. Okay, now I remember. The Lakitu he was like a scientist or something. And he had, like, glasses on and shit, and, like, he was all like, hey, I'm a scientist and shit. So, he was, like, very desperate to kill Mario. So, he, like, threw, like, a bunch of, like, weapons at you and stuff. So, he was I guess he was kind of threatening in that regard. And I don't remember how the level ends, because I don't even know if I finished it or not, but I did get to the final boss of that level. And yeah, he is a Lakitu that has a bunch of phases. I know, it's really, really crazy. So, that's enough of that level. Now I'm remembering another level that I made. Well, now I remember 2 more levels. But anyways. This next level it's another, like, fire-themed level, which is fine by me, because I actually thought it was a really cool level. I don't know if it's as long as my other levels, but it was really cool in my opinion. So anyways, it was, like, you're on this, like, fiery road to this volcano area, and you have Rudy's theme from Dr. Mario 64 playing in the background. I don't know, I thought it fit really well for a volcano level. And it actually has bullies from Mario 64 in it, which was also really cool and fitting for the level, because it was all lava themed. So, I don't remember what all the enemies were, I just remember bullies being in it, I think Goombas were in it, maybe Galoombas specifically. Like, I think I, like, made the Galoombas yellow or something to make them, like, unique. So that's pretty cool. So, you'd get into the volcano, and I don't even remember what song played during it. But probably something cool. And I just know that the final boss of the volcano was Mother Brain again. So that's neat. And I know I had, like, this very, like, intense music playing in the background with, like, a large amount of build-up. I don't even remember what the song was, but I just remember it being really epic for Mother Brain. And so, what happened is, once you beat Mother Brain, you have this escape sequence. Again, I know I put a lot of escape sequences in my levels. It just makes it more like climactic and shit, like Bayonetta climax. So, I definitely remember this. I guess I don't even know what we call it a song, but the song that was playing in the background is Gygus Disintegrates from Earthbound. I'm getting a lot of kills somehow. So, like, the fucking volcano is erupting, and you have this fucking, like, vacuum-ass music playing in the background. And so, basically you're replaying the start of the level in reverse now, which I guess is kinda cool. Oh man, sucky. And so, then you'd finally skip the volcano area, and then, I don't know, the end of the level or something. I don't remember much of it. It was a lot shorter of a level, honestly, compared to my other ones, but it was still really fun to create, because it had at least, like, 5 sections to it. So that was cool. Now I'm reminded of 2 more levels. I actually made a lot more levels for Mario Bros. X than I thought. But This one is also really neat. It's kind of like my unique take on a desert-themed level. Because one, it's not a daytime desert level, it's a nighttime one. So that gives it a benefit already. I think like, I don't know, was like the sand purple or something? I know the background was like all dark and shit. So it kinda had some unique shit to it. So anyway, I believe Pecan Sands from Wario World was the song that I picked for that level. At least that beginning portion. So that made it like really climactic and stuff. So you do like a few screens of like normal desert level, and then eventually you get inside the pyramid, which the ruins theme from Mario Land from Smash Bros. Brawl plays in the background. And basically you do like a bunch of these sections where you'd have to get a bunch of keys and stuff, because you're trying to go up this like elevator inside the pyramid, but you need elevator keys to get up it. So you'd be carrying your keys across the level, trying to not lose them and get to the top of the pyramid, basically. And here's the kicker. The boss of the pyramid was actually Wario. That's quite the boss that I made. I didn't know how to fucking end the boss fight. Honestly, like, I don't think I finished that level either, because I didn't know how to make the Wario boss fight work, because I don't even know what he was a reskin of. He was a reskin of some other boss, that's for sure. But you're fighting Wario on top of this pyramid, and you have the Fractale song from Super Paper Mario playing in the background. And it's like this climactic, like, dark pyramid battle in the sky. But sadly that level never got fully completed, and I'm really sad that it never did get finished. Because it was a pretty cool level with Shy Guys in it. My boy Shy Guys. Shy Guys were like the substitute enemies. Not to mention, well, it was a dark pyramid, so, well, I think it was just a normal color, but like, it was dark outside, so it had like a lot of like emotion to it, I guess you could say. So that was that pyramid level. It didn't have a lot going on, I guess, at least compared to other levels. I think my favorite one is still like the space station. Well, I do have another favorite. And this is going to be, I think, the last level I talk about tonight, besides something else that I have in mind. So anyways, I don't even know what I called this level, but it was themed around thwomps, believe it or not. So, I don't even know if I can explain the plot, but you start out in like this like, kind of like Eastern Village type area, with Sparkman from Smash Bros. Playing in the background, and I just won for the third time in a row somehow. Wow. How the fuck did I win 3 times in a row? Okay, well I'm not done yet. I wasn't done talking about my levels. So, you're in this Eastern Village with Sparkman's theme from Smash Bros. Playing, and you're trying to get to this, like, I don't even know what it would be called, like a council or something, or a castle, and, like, the cool thing is, like, all of the, like, NPCs were, like, thwomps and stuff or something, and they all had, like, witty dialogue to say. It's like, oh yeah, like you're Mario and you're in this village full of thwomps, and it's like chill and shit, and you're all buddy and crap. But then, like, what happens is, you're going to this council, and... Shit. Shit. Big shit. So you go into this council, it's kind of like a castle, I guess. And I don't even know who shows up there, besides the obvious that I'm going to talk about shortly. But you go there, and these thwomps with sunglasses show up. And they're like, oh man, we're gonna take over society, or some shit. And they appear on fucking, like, rocket surfboards, or I guess they would be hoverboards with, like, rockets in them. And they're, like, all cool thwomps and shit, and they have their hoverboards. And it's like, we're gonna take back society, and we're taking over this town, too. So, what happens is, they actually do take over the village, and they also, like, mind control the residents, so, like, you're not buddy-buddy with the thwomps anymore, which is really sad. And so, you go back to the village and see, like, everything's, like, exploded and shit. So, like, the whole fucking town is in ruins, and you can't do anything about it because the thwomps have taken over society. So then, what you have to do is... I don't even remember if this is actually the part of the level that... this is the continuity of the level. But you ended up going inside this cave, and I don't even remember what song I used for it. I think it was like just Kevin MacLeod music or something. Yeah, you have that song playing in the background. I don't even know what song it was. I think it was like Cheesy Caves or something. So, you're in this cave. It's like a dark cave. It has like dry bones and buzzy beetles and stuff in it. And it's like really gloomy and stuff, and you're trying to get out of the cave. I think I also had like these unique like bully enemies too, which is cool. A lot of these like sprites I like borrowed from like other like Mario Bros. X like packs that I found on the Central or whatever. I think other forums, like your forums have like a bunch of like level packs, so like I downloaded a bunch of those just so I could like use their assets in my levels. So I guess I kind of am like an asset thief in a way, but oh well. I did find it really cool though to use like a bunch of like refreshing assets, because like I was sick of using like the same old stuff. So it made making that level really refreshing. One nice little random thing I like about Mario Bros. X 1.4.1 or whatever is they have thwomps that go sideways. Mario Bros. X, the normal version, it doesn't have sideways thwomps, which is kind of missed opportunity, honestly. Also, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing about this hammer, bro. So that's just a random little thing. It would've been nice to have those for when you actually fight the thwomps. But anyways, you're in this cave and you go out and then you come back to the village again. I don't know, I think you go to that cave like twice or something. I faintly remember having to go inside the cave twice, and like the second time you go in is like the harder version of it. So that was cool. And then eventually you'd be like, I had enough of this shit, and then you eventually do go to the thwomps like castle. And I was I think I was really inspired by an old Newgrounds Flash movie called Thwomps, which is still a really good thing to watch these days. Though I probably wouldn't be allowed to watch it without it getting like ID'd or something. Content ID'd, probably. Oh shit. But Thwomps on Newgrounds, I really recommend you watch it. It's good. So anyways, you eventually go into their fortress and it's like really hard and shit. Okay. And then eventually you get to like Thwomp's like throne room. And then they like go crazy and shit. Oh my goodness. And eventually they're like, oh no, we're gonna get you, Mario, or whatever. I don't even remember what they say. I think it was like something, it was like some really dramatic, like, propaganda speech or whatever that I made them say. And so eventually, I think there was like a fight against the Thwomps, but like, once they get really mad, then they fucking break the floor, and you get sent down to this like underground, like, lava city. Really fucking dramatic. Meanwhile, you have the Andross theme from Star Fox Zero playing in the background, and it's like super fucking dramatic, like the most dramatic shit I ever put in a Mario Bros. X level, honestly. But I never managed to finish that section, and I'm really tearing up right now because of it. Because it was so hype. Oh god. Like, you have this epic music with this fire city in the background with these Thwomps chasing you. And that was gonna be like the gimmick of this boss fight, is you're being chased by Thwomps. But it never ended up coming to fruition, sadly. But it was really cool. The concept was all there and shit. So I don't know, if you guys are really passionate about Super Mario Bros. X, I'd love to, like, see how those ideas could come back to life, honestly. Although, I'm kinda, like, doubting anybody will do it. It is really cool, though. Oh wow, we got another star. So that's the Thwomps level. I don't remember a whole lot about it besides those key points. So the last level I wanted, or I guess this is like where things get even more like complicated. So I don't remember how young I was when I thought of this concept, but when I was playing Little Big Planet, I came up with this series of levels called Shy Guy Quest, and I made it in Little Big Planet 2 because you had the ability to like control like NPCs and stuff, so you could control this really specific character. And so I made these levels in Little Big Planet called Shy Guy Quest, and it was a set of 8 levels revolving around this shy guy called Shy Ranger. And he was like a war zone guy or whatever. He wore like camouflage and stuff. So I just won for the 4th time in a row somehow. What? Well, okay, I'm not even like concentrating on the game and I'm winning somehow. That's funny. So anyways, I made these levels in Little Big Planet called Shy Guy Quest. And you specifically control Shy Ranger throughout these really difficult to navigate levels, but they had a big flaw with them, and that was that if you died at any point during the level, you have to redo it all over again, because for some reason I didn't know how to operate checkpoints with I think they're called sack bots. I didn't know how to make a respawnable sack bot, so I only had 1 per level, which is the thing. So you'd have to do the entire level in 1 life, so shit got really fucking stressful, especially since you had to learn like enemy attack patterns and shit. So I guess I can explain all of the levels because I'm really passionate about the project that I spent a long time on. Because it's weird, because it's weird that it started out in Little Big Planet and eventually it got brought over to Super Mario Bros. X. So by far the level with the most effort put into it is actually the first level, which is General Guy's Castle, believe it or not. So yeah, General Guy from Paper Mario has his own level. So because originally Shy Guy Quest was only gonna be 1 level, So I thought, why not have General Guy be the boss? Because it's also fitting because you're playing as a guy who deals in war and shit. So you're dealing in another guy that deals with war, so why not, right? So it had the most, I think it was like by far the longest level too, because it was like this giant like Metroidvania-esque castle. Yeah, it was very like non-linear and shit. So that's cool. I know I had a lot of like unique enemies into that level. Like, of course you have your standard Shy Guys. I actually didn't program the Shy Guys correctly. Like, they weren't able to kill you. So they're actually like they're harmless Shy Guys, basically. Not your friends, they really have murderous intent, but they actually just can't kill you. And then there's, I think the next set of enemies were Bandits? Bandits were slightly more threatening than Shy Guys. They also have a more erratic attack pattern. There's also Pyro Guys, which I think they just ran in a circle. That's all I know how to program was like specific basic movements. Also, I really have to use the bathroom. So Pyro Guys like moved into like a circle and shit. That's unfortunate. I don't remember. Are there more enemies to it? I'm having a really hard time remembering since I'm like stressed out from having to use the bathroom. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, I'm gonna kill myself and use the bathroom, and then I'm gonna come back and talk about my more Mario levels. If only I could pause streams. Well, I can't, but I'll come back and tell more stories in a bit. Alright, so I'm back now, and as I was saying, there's a lot of different Shy Guy types in Shy Guy Quest, and I'm trying to remember every single one, but I remember a lot of them. I just remembered one in the bathroom just now. I think it was called a Shy Boxer, and it was like this giant dark red Shy Guy with boxing gloves that tried to beat the shit out of you. So that was really cool. And I don't know, he was a pretty decent threat, but I don't remember much about him honestly, so I don't know what made him so threatening anyways. But he did have a big hitbox, so he was kind of scary in that regard. I know there were green Shy Guys, which were supposed to be, like, more confident red Shy Guys. Because they had, like, the same AI, but they were, like, slightly faster, slightly bigger, and green. So they were a bit more tough to, like, get around, I guess. Well, and they could actually hurt you. I actually programmed them correctly to be able to hurt you. So that's cool. I believe there was another enemy, a yellow Shy Guy. I don't even remember what he did. I don't even remember what his name was. But there's a yellow Shy Guy. He's a thing. He does stuff. And then there are actually... I got inspired by Yoshi's Island to put in a pink bandit, I believe. Or, I don't know, some other kind of bandit. I tried to give him unique properties, but I don't remember anything about a red bandit, honestly, in Shy Guy Quest. I know there were... I think there were anti-guys in the game as well. I don't remember that either, though. That could be a possibility. Also running low on coins. I also have no coins to actually get a... I could be pretty screwed here, honestly. Yeah, okay. I do remember that, like, the level had a lot of, like, ways to go. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to get to the end of the level, because you had to, like, do a lot of, like, puzzles and stuff. But eventually you get the general guy, and he was really easy, because I didn't want to, like, have a hard boss. It was just like, it's cool, you got the general guy, try and figure out the one way to kill him. And the boss, trying to beat the bosses was usually really easy. So, the bosses themselves were really underwhelming, but they were cool in concept. So, that's what I'm proud about. So, originally, I was expecting Shy Guy Quest just to end like that. Like, oh, you only have one level, just one level called Shy Guy Quest. But then my genius sprouted, and then I thought, well, I don't even care if Shy Guy Quest is not gonna do well. Why not make a sequel to, like, entrance people? So, I made Shy Guy Quest 2. And here's the concept for Shy Guy Quest 2. So you go from a castle run by General Guy. So where's the next logical step to go after that? Well, for some reason, I thought of a beach/pirate ship. So the next level is actually like a beach. And it was also the only level that I included continuity in. Sort of. Because at the start of the level in Shy Guy Quest 2 and Little Big Planet specifically, you actually start out at General Guy's castle, and you eventually left for the beach. So that was really cool. And so, it was a lot shorter of a level because it was more linear, so this is kind of where, like, the laziness kind of started to sprout, because I wanted to make, like, as many Shy Guy levels as I can. And I mean, I guess that's fine, because a lot of nice ideas came out of it in the end anyways. So, basically, you'd be going on this beach trip, and then you have new Shy Guy types. Like, I think this was the introduction of the pink Shy Guy. I think they were just called Shy Elites. That was what I named them. And they are basically like even faster versions of the Grain Shy Guys. So that's why they're called Shy Elites. And so, the highlight of the level was climbing this giant tower that was flooding and sinking. Just kind of like a pirate ship in a way. So, you'd be going up this pirate ship / tower thing, and you'd get to the top and you fight this guy called Pirate Guy. And Pirate Guy was, of course, the boss of the level. He was a unique Shy Guy idea I came up with to serve as the boss for the level, and he was on a giant pirate ship and shot like cannonballs at you and stuff. So that's really cool. Oh, this hammer bro's really relentless. So yeah, it's just kinda, you're just chilling on a pirate ship, I guess. I don't know what else to talk about with that. But I was like, well, I love the Shy Guys quest series so much, why not I make a third version? Or a third level to it. So that's when Shy Guys Quest 3 came out. And this time, I guess I was getting a little less original. This time it was just a jungle area. So my, I guess like the headcanon of the level, because, I don't know, I wasn't really staying too consistent with the canon, but the canon was, once you got off the ship, you got shipwrecked to this jungle area. And so then you were at a jungle level, and the jungle was relatively simple and kind of flat and barren, like bare bones and stuff. But it still had like Shy Guys to fight and stuff. I don't remember what the boss was called, but I think it was like some like tribal Shy Guy or whatever. That's all I really remember, and he was not that intimidating from what I remember. There's not a lot to say about Shy Guy Quest 3, honestly, besides the fact that it had like spinning platforms, it was in a jungle, and yeah, that's about it. So then Shy Guy Quest 4 came out. And Shy Guy Quest 4 is what is it? It's a snow level combined with fire. So, kind of a, I don't know, but by that point, like, Mario Galaxy and stuff used that concept already. But I was like, I want an ice-fire theme level anyways. So, you have this fire-ice theme level. It was pretty cool. Like, you started out in like the ice, like an icy like mountain area, and eventually like you descended into a volcano area, and you fought like, I don't even know what the boss was again. I'm forgetting the boss of the area again. I don't know. I guess just anything after Shy Guy Quest 2 is not very memorable apparently. I do know I made Pyro Guys a big part of the level, which is cool. Because of course it's fire and ice, so it makes sense to have Pyro Guys in it. See, I'm not remembering a whole lot about Shy Guy Quest 4, honestly. But after Shy Guy Quest 4 is Shy Guy Quest 5, which is, it takes place in a mansion, which was pretty cool. I added Boo Guys from Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time, so that's cool. I also added Fawful Guys from Bowser's Inside Story in the level as well, because, ooh, it's spooky, so it's gotta have, like, spooky shit in it. So, it made a lot of sense to me. So that was cool. I don't know what else, I don't remember much else about the level, honestly. Besides the fact, the level was honestly too hard for me, that I added a cheese strat, which is kind of laughable, honestly. And I messed up that jump again. How was this lad only level 32? So I don't know what the boss was. It was probably like some spoopy shit or whatever. But then this sort of thing started to get a little weird with the Shy Guy Quest series, because level 6 was meant to be the finale, and it took place on a battleship in the sky, so an airship basically. And it was meant to be like the grand finale and shit, and I put like every Shy Guy imaginable in that stage. And it was like super difficult. It was the most like difficult shit in the world. Like you'd honestly have to get lucky if you wanted to beat that level. Like that's how unforgiving it was. All I remember is that in the Mario Bros. X version, I put the final boss of DuckTales as the song for that level. But besides that, I don't even know what the song for that level was in Little Big Planet. I'm honestly getting kind of tired at this point, but I'm gonna try and finish my story. So, you get teased about, like, the big bad of the airship or whatever. I don't even remember what his name was, like, Sergeant Guy or something. He was, like, some, like, big, like, crime boss or something. And he was like, I tried to make him a unique color too. I think he was like this faded out like yellow-green color or whatever. And he had like scars on his mask or something. So I guess I don't know. I guess if you want to be, I guess you could say this is all cringe and it's like ooh OCs and shit, because I always call OCs cringe and stuff. But I wanted to have like unique Shy Guys because I was running out of ideas. So you'd get the sergeant guy, or whatever his name was, and you'd fight him, and bada bing, bada boom, Shy Guy Quest is over, right? Well, that's kind of where I got, like, really addicted, because I was like, well, I don't want it to end at 6 levels, that's lame. So, I was like, I'm gonna make a bonus Shy Guy Quest level that takes place in the clouds. So then comes Shy Guy Quest, like, S1 or something it was called. Or Shy Guy Quest 7, I don't know at this point. And I don't remember when this was supposed to take place. It was supposed to take place, like, before Shy Guy Quest 6. So, basically, you start out in this really cool set piece, which is, like, you're a silhouette against, like, this sunny background. And basically you're trying to work your way to this like cloudy area, but you gotta start out in the silhouette version. You gotta start out in the silhouette place first. But eventually you come across like a vine or something like this, and you go up to the clouds, and it's like all cloudy and happy now. And there's like a bunch of like, I think I had like MIDI guys too from Paper Mario in there. So, because like they're flying and shit, so I thought it was like be really fitting to have like flying Shy Guys in the clouds, and they were like really unique enemies because they didn't get used in like Shy Guy Quest 6 or any other Shy Guy Quest. But I had like another like split like contrast idea in that level, because once you got out of the cloudy area, you went into like hell or some shit, and it got all like dark and crap. So, like, not like the silhouette, not like the silhouette stuff, but it was, like, kind of, like, dank and shit. And I remember, like, the boss of the area being, like, something related to dark or whatever. I mean, I think it was just called, like, Dark Guy or something. Not very original. But he was the boss. And then, here comes Shy Guy Quest S2. I'm honestly wearing myself out a lot by talking so much. I've never talked this much on stream, honestly. Oh boy. And, I don't know, like, I think I was kind of running out of ideas by that point, because I was kind of reusing a concept, honestly. Because it was another, like, spooky level, but this time, instead of a spooky mansion, it was like a clock tower. I guess it was a clock tower. So you're climbing up this giant clock tower with, what was it? Like, I don't even know, what's Twisted Mansion from, Mario Kart. That's what the song was for the level. So you climb up this tower, and... Am I not even hitting him? I don't even remember much about that. Besides a unique enemy that I was really proud of based on the name alone, called the Sly Guy. And it was like, originally it just started out as like these guys that chase you down a hall. But then eventually it evolved into vampire Shy Guys that chase you, which ended up being pretty cool. And then the boss of the area was like Vampire Guy or something, or Dracula Guy or whatever. I don't fucking know what his name was. And he was kind of spooky and stuff. I'm pretty tired. I'm like going absent-minded, honestly, at this point. I'm just trying to tell my story. So you beat Vampire Guy, and voila, Shy Guy Quest 8 is over, or whatever it was at this point. So that you think that'd be it for Shy Guy Quest, right? Well, eventually, when I had access to Mario Bros. X, I remade the series the way it was meant to be played, in Mario form, not Little Big Planet, but that was before I had, like, a computer and the ability to download, like, editing programs and stuff. So I remade the entire series in Mario Bros. X, and it's kind of like a remaster or remake, because here's how it worked. I had a bunch of new enemies like Sniffets and Yellow Shy Guys that take 3 hits to kill, which is pretty cool. So the way it actually ended up being was, you actually did, like, the bonus levels as part of the main story this time, which was really cool. So you actually went to the Cloud level, and the, like, Hell level and shit, and I'm not gonna be able to get up there. So you went to the Cloud level and the Spooky Mansion level. Those are all part of, like, the main campaign now, which is nice. It's a nice like improvement, I guess you could say. And level 8 actually ended up being the airship instead of level 6. So that's cool. And the fucking thing is, I ended up wanting to make bonus levels on top of the bonus levels. So I don't remember what all the levels were, but I know one of them was like this sunset, like, bridge level. Another was a hotel level. You actually went inside, like, a hotel at nighttime. And the last level, I don't even fucking remember at this point. Oh yeah, there was also gonna be, like, this fucking Rainbow Road-ass level as, like, the true finale. So, like, the fucking, like, the fucking airship wasn't even the true finale. I don't even think I finished the Rainbow Road, but it got really crazy. And, I really want to end this now. That's the end of Shy Guy Quest. Really. I was gonna make, like more levels to Shy Guy Quest, but I got sick of it. I got sick of Mario Bros. X at that point, I think. Because I downloaded it kind of recently, but I found it really hard to get back into after playing Mario Maker so much. But yeah, that's my story with Mario Bros. X. I really recommend people try it out if they want to make very diverse Mario levels. But I've rambled on so long that I've actually tired myself out, and it's only 8 PM. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I could benefit from going to sleep earlier tonight. I'll just watch some YouTube and then pass out, probably. Oh, and I could play Animal Crossing, too. I won't have time to play Animal Crossing tonight because I'm so damn tired. You'll get very bare bones commentary. Wow, okay. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I'm not so sure. Mario 3D All-Stars tomorrow, probably. We're gonna do... Oh god. We're gonna do part 5. And then maybe more Animal Crossing. I'd really love to invite my sis along for more Mario Sunshine. Or anything, for that matter. But that's besides the point. Anyways, I think I will go and rest now. I definitely deserve it. But that was a good amount of Mario 35 I did there. I got 4 wins just by having a conversation. I don't think you've ever seen people do that before. But worth it. I finally had a good conversation for once, too. So I'm pretty happy about that. So if anybody's watching and hasn't followed yet, if you want to watch more streams like these, you can follow and stay up to date. Maybe like for tomorrow when I do Mario Sunshine. Otherwise, these VODs will go up on YouTube 3 days later. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's always been for quite a few months now, which is a stress-free schedule to go by. Impressive. Anyways, I will say farewell and catch you here later for potentially Mario Maker. Not Mario Maker, Mario Sunshine. You can tell I'm tired. Anyways, I'll go now.